Hi everyone, it's Mrs. O'Brien and welcome to today's Writer's Workshop mini lesson. We are continuing poems. We're going to continue a poem today that uses our five senses, but this time we're going to focus on colors. So before we get started, you can do eyes open, eyes closed. I'm going to ask you a few questions and see what answers pop into your head. So let's start with the color yellow. What does the color yellow sound like to you? What did you think? Maybe it sounds like birds chirping. Maybe it sounds like bells softly twinkling. Maybe you came up with something different. All right, let's try another one. What does the color orange look like to you? Maybe you think it looks like the setting sun. Maybe the color orange looks like a tiger creeping through the jungle. All right, let's try one more. What does the color purple smell like to you? What do you think purple would smell like? Maybe you know something that's purple and you know what it smells like, and that's what you think of. I'll give you a moment to think. What I thought of when I thought of the color purple and what it smells like is that purple smells like lilac bushes on a summer day. And I also thought that purple smells like fresh cut lavender. I love the way that smells. So what we're doing is we're picking a color and we're thinking about, what does it sound like? What does that color look like to you? What does that color smell like? What does that color taste like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? So last week, we did a brainstorming session, and that's when we were writing our poem about weather and nature, and we were using our senses. So if you want, and this is just optional, you don't have to do this, but if you can't decide what color you want to focus on, and you can do a brainstorming session for your colors. Now, when we write our poem today, we're going to pick one color, ideally, and we're going to write each one of our five senses for that one color. Now, if that doesn't work out for you and you feel like you need to do 5 different colors for 5 different senses, I think that's all right. My example is with one color, but this is poetry, so I think maybe we need a little flexibility with that. So let's start. Let's brainstorm together for just a moment. And let's start with the color pink. Pink is my favorite color, so that's why I did that. So I'm going to go to taste like. If I was thinking of something that pink tastes like, what would pink taste like to you? To me, pink tastes like cotton candy. So I'm going to write that down. Cotton candy. What's another brainstorming thing that pink could taste like? I think it could taste like bubble gum. So I'm going to put bubble gum in there. Okay. All right. Now, if I was brainstorming and I wanted to use pink for all my colors, I might fill all these in. I'm going to switch to a different color so we can work on a few different things. Orange. Now, let's go back to taste. What does orange taste like? Well, I think it tastes like an orange, but what I want us to try not to do is to try not to use that word to describe it. So I don't want to say orange tastes like an orange. So let me think of something else. Oh, I know a tangerine is close to an orange. So I might say that orange tastes like a tangerine. All right, let's try to brainstorm something else. What might orange look like to you? I think we might have said this as an example. Looks like a sunset. Might look like something completely different that we're not thinking of. Let's brainstorm one more together, and then you can fill out this brainstorming sheet at home if you choose to. Let's go to blue. What does blue, let's try smells like. what do you think blue might smell like? I think blue might smell like salty air near the ocean. That's just one thing I've thought of. I wonder what it might sound like. I wonder what blue might feel like, what you think it would feel like. So this is my brainstorming session, so you can do the brainstorming session if you choose. But then the next step is to fill out your planner. Now I have two options of a planner here for you. And this planner is if you're just making it on your own at home, you don't have to copy the planner that we have for you. You certainly may, but you can also just take a piece of paper and write down. Now this is what it looks like if you fill it out. I'm gonna flip to my planner. So just like last week, we're gonna fill out a planner and then we're going to write our poem from the planner. And our poem is gonna give us the 5 senses. What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? And then you're just going to fill it in so that it makes it a little bit easier for you to write that. So what does it look like? What's it doing and where? So let's look. I picked the color green and I did the same color. I used green the entire time. So my poem is going to be about green and I'm going to put the title of it up here. If you end up using a different color for each one, then just write your color right here. Like maybe if you do green here, and if you do pink there, make sure you say what color. Okay, so let's look at this together. Okay, I said that green sounds like a gentle breeze rustling through the leaves of a maple tree. Remember your descriptive words. You guys did such a great job on descriptive words last week, and I want to continue doing that. Okay, what did I say that green smells like? I said that green smells like a summer morning waking up from an evening rain. All right. And then what did I say it looks like? Well, I think that green looks like a beautiful meadow sprinkled with wildflowers. And what about tastes like? Green tastes like freshly cooked green beans served with summer vegetables. And then finally, what did I think that green feels like? I said green feels like a furry caterpillar sleeping soundly on a leaf. All right, so we're using our descriptive words. We're painting that picture. We're painting that picture for our readers, right? We really want them to see this, to taste it, to smell it, all of those things just from what they read. So after you do your planner, next step is to turn it into a poem. And just like last week, we can just copy straight from our planner onto our poem, unless maybe you decided that you needed to add an extra word here or there. You wanted to change it up a little bit, and that's one of the reasons we do our planner. So let's see how we did this. I put my title up here, green. I said, green sounds like a gentle breeze rustling through the leaves of a maple tree. Green smells like a summer morning waking up from an evening rain. Green looks like a beautiful meadow sprinkled with wildflowers. Green tastes like freshly cooked green beans served with summer vegetables. And green feels like a furry caterpillar sleeping soundly on a leaf. So what do you notice that I did in every one of my lines? And I have 5 lines because I have 5 senses. I started that line with the color and the sense. Green sounds like, green smells like, green looks like, green tastes like, and green feels like. That way we know the color and we know the sense that we're describing. And I wanted to make my poem pretty this time, so on the bottom I just decided to draw one of the pictures from one of my five senses. So I drew a meadow with wildflowers. And that's optional. You don't have to do that, but if you want to draw a picture to go with it, you can. I did mine in different colors of green just for the fun of it, and also to help you see when I was showing you from my planner. So have a great time writing your poem about colors. I can't wait to read them. Bye, guys.